Hello everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Sense and welcome to today's video. Today's video is all about my new summer rotation. It's that time again, it's about almost 70 degrees outside. It's very nice, beautiful out, the weather's changing. It's time to bust out those citrus-based freshies, as some people like to call them. Those scents that you can use in warmer weather and high heat weather to keep you smelling fresh, clean, and yes, unique. It's still possible with a lot of popular fragrances out there to smell very unique. And today I've got some unique scents that are relatively new that were released in 2020. In fact, I've got about 5 or 6 fragrances that were released in 2020 in this rotation. So when we return, we're gonna dig right in, talk about what's great about these, that and more. So stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. I've got 10 fragrances to go over in my summer rotation. Actually, I've got several honorable mentions, so there's probably like 12 or 13. So let's go ahead and dive right in. My very first scent that I can't wait to start wearing more, I'm actually wearing it today, is from the house of Azzaro. Azzaro Chrome Pure. Jacques Huclier and Olivier Pachou are the two noses behind this scent. It was launched in 2017. Chrome Pure opens with mandarin orange, orange blossom, bergamot, so it's a very citric, orangey, juicy, fruity open. You've got a unique, almost sweet heart with akigala wood, pepperwood, and atlas cedar in the heart, resting on a base of tonka bean, which is where the sweetness comes from, and a heavier musk. This fragrance, man, I've worn it kayaking, I've worn it rock climbing, I've worn this fragrance doing all kinds of activities. Pure is a great word for it. It's a very fresh, clean fragrance. It's one of those you want to throw on a pair of jeans and a white t-shirt, your favorite outfit, whatever that is, and just sit back, chill, relax, or enjoy your favorite summertime activity. Azzaro Chrome Pure. Our next scent is one that I've had the occasion to wear recently because it is a new release. It is Mercedes-Benz Man Intense. Olivier Cresp is the nose behind this fragrance. It was released just last year. This scent features ambrette seed, you've got pear leaf, you've got geranium absolute, oak moss, amber, patchouli, and a little bit of garnish of ambroxan. And that is the new formula for men's fragrance today, is to add a little bit of ambroxan or some captive molecule or aroma chemical to give it a little bit of punch. This isn't a clubbing fragrance. Mercedes-Benz Man Intense is for the mature man who wants something that's going to perform really good in the heat, and also something that you can wear to the office as well as you can wear any physical activity. This is going to be one of those year-round scents that's going to make somebody's signature scent. It's a really quality fragrance, and I highly recommend you try it out in your summer rotation. Mercedes-Benz Man Intense. It's kind of hard to say, easy to spray. Along with fresh, clean blue fragrances, aquatic fragrances, I also wanted something green in my rotation. This particular fragrance is perfect for that. It was launched in 2020, so it just came out last year. It is Lacoste Match Point. Sophie Labbe is the nose behind this fragrance. It's got basil and pink pepper in the top. It's got gentiana and clary sage in the heart. It's got vetiver and cashmere in the base. So it's a really soapy, clean, woody, floral, spicy, elegant, dry fragrance. Of course, Match Point is referencing tennis because Lacoste, you know, they create clothes for activities, sports. So this is an activity-based fragrance. It's a perfect fragrance to wear this summer, whether you're playing basketball, whether you're playing tennis, golf, any activity. It was designed for that. It was designed to shine in high heat, no pun intended. So when your sweating is at its worst, your activity is at its peak, that's when this fragrance is at its best. I've had the opportunity to wear this scent already several times this summer, and I really like it. Lacoste Match Point. Our next scent is from the line of Mankind fragrances by Kenneth Cole. It is by far my favorite of the line. Mankind Legacy. What I really like about Legacy, well, first of all, Steven Nilsson is the nose behind it. It was launched in 2019, so it's not that old. It's a really unique fragrance. It's got a really unique scent profile. It's a fantastic fragrance for summer. In the top, you've got French clary sage, you've got Italian mandarin orange, Indonesian nutmeg. So it's an interesting trifecta of notes in the open. You've got fir balsam, pink pepper, and Cape snowbush in the heart, resting at a base of amyris, vetiver, and cedar. So some interesting notes in this fragrance, and the end results are incredible. I really like this. I've honestly got to say that it's not too often that Kenneth Cole actually surprises me. And this fragrance, when I first smelled it, kind of surprised me at how much I like it. It's going to be one of those scents that you either love or you don't like. Legacy has some interesting notes here or there that come to the foreground that are a little bit outside the box. So that's why I say you're either going to really like it or you probably won't like it. So you might want to try this out before buying a whole bottle, but I really like it. I blind bought it and I'm really enjoying it. Can't wait to wear it more this summer. Mankind Legacy by Kenneth Cole. All right, guys, now it's time to dig into my blue fragrances. Instead of just one, I wanted to give you guys several options here. Of course, one fragrance I'm looking forward to wearing more of is by Bvlgari. Aquaman Marine. Aquaman Marine is probably my favorite Bvlgari aqua fragrance, simply because it's got that pretty much everything in it that you want in an aquatic fragrance. It's got a little bit of briny, it's got a little bit of salty, it's definitely got that white foamy crest of a wave embedded in the fragrance DNA. Jacques Cavalier Beltrude is the nose behind the fragrance. It was launched way back in 2008. That's one reason I respect this scent, is because anything that smells this good that many years ago is a little bit ahead of its time. You've got grapefruit, you've got neroli, you've got Neptune grass, rosemary blossom, mineral amber, and I think white cedar in the base as well. It's a fantastic formula, and again, it has all the attributes, characteristics of a fragrance that you want that's going to be aquatic, going to be fresh. It's going to give you that sea breeze feel, that vibe and tonality. Aquaman Marine by Bvlgari. Now, if you don't want to wear marine, what are going to be some options for you? This one actually has come down in price, and I recommend anyone who hasn't tried this Hugo Boss fragrance to check it out. Hugo Boss, Hugo Now. Hugo Now is similar to Aquaman Marine in that it's a blue fragrance. It does have some sea salt in there, but it doesn't have the briny. So this one is a little bit more office oriented for everyday wear as a signature scent. It's a little bit more aquatic, freshwater aquatic than it is seawater aquatic. This one has some mint, some lavender, and aquatic aroma chemical called Aquazone, which is really nice and fresh. A nice lemon zest balanced by a nice dry Haitian vetiver. Our next blue fragrance is another 2020 release. When it first came out, I wasn't blown away by it. I wasn't underwhelmed by it, but I just didn't think it was that super great of a fragrance or what I was expecting. But the more that I've worn it, the more that I really like it. It is from the house of Coach. Coach Blue. You've got lime, absinthe, ozonic notes in there. You've got black pepper, you've got amber and cedar wood. So what makes this unique and refreshing is that mix of lime and absinthe. It's slightly, I want to say boozy, but it's more like fresh, like boozy, minty, fresh. Like absinthe is, of course, like aniseed or licorice, and there's a little bit of side of freshet of almost mint after effect, like a cooling effect. And it has that in this fragrance when you spray it on. Thankfully, it lasts throughout the life of the fragrance for me in terms of performance and longevity. It's not a super masterful beast of longevity, but I didn't require that out of this. I just really enjoy the scent. And if you like lime, absinthe, and a very fresh summertime, slightly shower gel fragrance that isn't derivative or generic, you'll really enjoy Coach Blue. It's hard to mention the name Carlos Benayem and not think of Ralph Lauren and Polo, because he created all the Polo line. And he also created this new release from Polo that came out in last year, 2020. Polo Deep Blue. Polo Deep Blue has some unique attributes in it, primarily due to the what's called crystal fizz. It's a captive molecule that's in the top of this. You've got Hawaiian green mango that makes it a super fresh open. You've got citrusy grapefruit and bergamot. Those are all in the open. You've got cypress, geranium, and clary sage in the heart. You've got marine notes, you've got musk, you've got patchouli, you've got balsam fir resin, and again, garnished with that ambroxan that gives this its longevity and a little bit of volume. So I really enjoyed Deep Blue. I wasn't looking, it's a parfum, obviously it's a parfum concentration, but I wasn't looking for a lot out of this fragrance. Kind of the opposite of Coach Blue. This one surprised me at how much I like it. It's actually a really quality blue fragrance. It goes some different places in terms of aspects of variations of blue, so it's not derivative or generic. It's very uniquely its own, and I truly enjoy this scent. If you haven't given it a chance just because you think it's going to be just like every other blue fragrance out there, you're doing yourself a disservice. You definitely want to try out Ralph Lauren's Polo Deep Blue. Guys, if you're like me and you grew up reading comic books and you're enjoying this age of Marvel movies, DC movies, and of course now they've released the Snyder Cut of Justice League, then you'll really enjoy this next fragrance because it is from Davidoff. Davidoff Cool Water Aquaman Collector Edition. Davidoff's Cool Water Aquaman Collector Edition is just a really cool fragrance, not only for what it represents, but just because of the way that it smells. That scent profile and DNA is extremely aquatic. Earlier I talked about the white foamy crest of a wave. This one actually feels that way. It's got some kind of sparkle or effervescence, lightness to it, almost like a tonic does, but it goes a little bit deeper than just a fresh splash of a tonic. This one actually has some really good longevity, some really good performance. Less than 20 bucks, you're gonna get a collector's edition. You're gonna get a really nice, masculine, aquatic smelling, fresh fragrance. Davidoff Cool Water Aquaman Collector Edition. Our next scent is another one of those that you can throw on with your favorite shirt, your favorite pair of jeans, or you can wear it to the office. Obviously, I'm talking about a fragrance that's very versatile, hyper versatile. It's from the house of Lacoste. Lacoste L1212 Blanc. Lacoste L1212 Blanc is the best selling of the L1212 series just because it encapsulates so many different qualities that men are looking for in a fragrance. It is a signature scent, it is a year-round scent. Primarily though, it's best utilized in the heat of summertime. So this is going to be one of those fragrances that you can wear whenever you want. Again, Lacoste makes fragrances for sports. They're activity based. This one has a really nice, unique, refreshing, balanced smell to it. You've got grapefruit, cardamom, rosemary, and cedar leaf. You've got Mexican tuberose. You've also got ylang-ylang. Then in the base, surprisingly for a very citrusy fragrance, you've got leather, you've got suede, and cedar. They have released a new eau de parfum version of this, which is on its way, and I'll be featuring that very soon, so be on the lookout for that as well. I'll give you my first impressions on the Lacoste L1212 Eau de Parfum. Yes, it's summertime, you've got a lot to do, you're going to be more involved in other activities, but what about your relationship? You want to take some time out for that. What about date nights? Well, I've got a couple fragrances that are perfect for date nights. This next fragrance is also a new release that came out in 2020. It is from the house of Diesel. Spirit of the Brave Intense. Spirit of the Brave Intense is not only a very unique presentation, of course they're all that fist presentation with the diesel ring, but it also has kind of a cool Simba, I guess, lion on the top of the fist, which is really neat. It's a really cool graphic. It's black on top of the gold, makes a really cool contrast. Not only that, the fragrance, I really like this fragrance. I've worn this fragrance for the past 3 or 4 days now. I've come to really enjoy it. You know I'm a sucker for anything with apple in it. This has apple and bergamot in the top, so it's a very juicy, fruity open. But then you have a heart of cypress and sage resting on a base of amber, patchouli, and vanilla. So it's got a little bit of sweetness in there. It's got a little bit of cream, but also that apple provides that tartness. And there's a little bit of acerbic sharpness or slight bitterness coming from the cypress. And you would think that's not the best combination, but it makes a really good fragrance. I highly recommend, if you haven't tried Diesel Spirit of the Brave Intense, to give it a shot. Fantastic, sexy date night staple. Our last fragrance in my summertime lineup is from the house of Emporio Armani. It's a wonderful, sweet, sexy, gourmand date night fragrance, as well as all-around signature scent. Stronger With You Freeze. If you like the Stronger With You line at all, you're going to love Stronger With You Freeze. It's basically the warm weather version of Stronger With You Intensely. Stronger With You absolutely is very similar to Freeze, but it doesn't have that cooling effect. And that's why this makes this the best one out of the bunch to wear during warmer weather. Now, I wouldn't recommend wearing this in high heat just because it is sweet. It's still a gourmand fragrance, and it might be a little bit too close to the nose in terms of the sweetness, but it's still a very nice warm weather fragrance, and specifically for those intimate moments when you want to spend some time with your significant other in date night scenarios. Stronger With You Freeze. Well guys, that's it for my summer stunners, my summertime lineup, fragrances that I can't wait to start wearing more of as the weather gets warmer and warmer. I've already had the opportunity to wear all of these a little bit, and I can't wait to bust into them more and get to know them better. If you have any of these scents and have some experience with them, let me know what that experience is like. If you feel like other fragrances belong in this list, or you would like to share your summertime lineup, please do that as well in the comments below. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to check out my summer stunners, my summertime lineup. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.